Okay, we are going to test the game. As you can see, the Flappy Bird is following the fingers. And first I'm going to test whether when it touches the pipe it goes game over or not. Yes. And then next we are going to successfully touch the red line on the right hand side. Let's wait. So once it touches the red line, the game should be over. Yeah, we win. Hello friends, today we are going to look at how to make a game like how you saw just now. It is called an AI powered human body detection game. So for this case, we are going to use our palm to move an object of the game. So in our case, we are going to move the Flappy Bird. So without wasting any time, let's look at how to make the game. First of all, as usual, we are going to create a new file. As usual, I'm going to use the Python coding for this game. Since we are not going to use Toby, I'm going to delete Toby up. Next, I'm going to insert the objects that I require to make this game. So for this game, I need a line. I'm going to change the direction of the line to 0 in order to make it a vertical line. And then next I need some sprites. I'm going to use these two. Flappy Bird looks very big, so I'm going to reduce its size to somewhere 30%. The pipe also very big. Let's reduce to 40%. Now let's reduce it to 50%. Looks good. And then we need the backdrop. Let's see. Okay, for this case, I'm going to use space as my backdrop. Okay, so far it looks good. Okay, next I'm going to place the Flappy Bird somewhere here, and then the pipe, let's place it somewhere here, and the line we push it to the edge. Great. Now let's move on to the coding part of this game. So we are at Flappy Bird sprite. For this game, I have already written the code, so I'm just going to copy it and then paste it in Flappy Bird sprite. Okay, here as you can see, the Flappy Bird is located at coordinate -203 for the x. So we are going to change this value -203, and then the y coordinate is 19, and we are changing the y coordinate accordingly. Hand postnet is a function that uses that detects our hand movement. This coding here will switch on our webcam in our laptop. The value of 60 resembles the transparency required for this game. Hand enable box, this function enables the detection of our hand during the game. And then this is just a while loop function. First we analyze, once we have called the hand detection function, so now we are going to analyze how our hand moves, and from there the AI will detect based on our hand movement, the Flappy Bird will flow accordingly. So if the hand is detected, the sprite means the Flappy Bird sprite will set its location according to the hand get position. Location 1 resembles the index finger of our palm in our hand. The number 8 resembles the position of where we are going to place the Flappy Bird according to media pipe. If you guys have no idea what it is, hang on, let me show you what it is. Okay, as I mentioned just now, we saw in the Pictoblox, right? I've used the position 1-8. So 1-8 resembles index finger number 1 and the position of 8. So our hand post postnet function will detect this position here. Okay, 1-8. We have also done the same thing, the same media pipe position for the X coordinate for the Flappy Bird. Next, let's move on to line. Okay, I'm going to code the line. So for that, since like how I mentioned just now, I have already done the code, so I'm just going to copy paste and let you guys know what are the things that needs to be concentrated. Okay, so for the line sprite, make sure you select the line and then the line sprite. For again, we are going to call the hand postnet function, and then we are going to run the is touching in a while loop. So let's say if line is touching Flappy Bird means when the Flappy Bird reaches this line, and when the Flappy Bird touches this line, the video of our webcam will get off, and then the sprite will say you have won and congratulations for 3 seconds. Okay, after that we move on to our pipe. So we click the pipe first, and then since I'm going to use couple of pipes for this game, I want to rename the pipe first. So in order to rename the pipe, we rename it here as in sprite position. I'm just going to add it as pipe 1. So immediately you notice that the pipe name, the sprite name is already changed. And then let me copy paste the code for the pipes. All the pipes will have the same coding, so we just will need to edit some minor things, so nothing much to worry on the pipes. Okay, first we are going to import time. The reason why we are importing time, because later on in the coding we are going to use a delay for the functions, so that is why we are importing time. Next, we are going to define our own function. So to define our own function, as you guys already know, we are going to use the def as our function definition, and for this function I have named it as function move. So for this function I'm going to set it this way: the sprite, which means the pipe 1 sprite, will go to this position. Okay, in order to understand this better, I'm going to explain a bit lengthy here. So first of all, as you can see, the pipe coordinate is here, x and y, right? So we are going to copy this coordinate. So for this case, the x position, let's assume this is the initial position of the game. So it says -106. So x position I'm going to use minus 106. Okay, and then for the Y position, it's minus 108. Minus 108. Okay, exactly the same. Okay, so this is the initial position. So I want the pipe during the game to move up and down, some sort like this, some thought like this. Okay, so for that, let's assume I want the pipe to move all the way down here. So we have a new coordinates. So the x position will not change. So I'm going to use the same for the x. Only the y position will change. So in this case, I get minus 208. So I'm going to change it to minus 208. So this is the initial position and this is the last position. So since the x does not change, that means only the y position changes, which means the pipe will move up and down during the game. Okay, so from the initial position, we will after the initial position been set, we will give the game a delay for the pipe to delay as 1 second, and then next it goes to the second location, which is down, and then it delays. So this is a move function that we define ourselves that we will be using during the game. Okay, so when we run the game, again we will declare another while loop to make the Flappy Bird. Let's say if the Flappy Bird touches the pipe, the game should be over. Okay, so that's the main idea. And then once the game is over, it will delay for 3 seconds, and then the whole game will break. After that, the pipe will move to the initial position again. So the game will restart. The motive of this game is for the Flappy Bird to reach the line. So during the gameplay, we will have couple of pipes, which I'll be doing it later. So the Flappy Bird must avoid all these pipes and reach the red line here in order to win the game. Okay, so since we are already done with the most of the coding, I'm going to save the game up. I'm going to name it as Flappy Bird game. Okay, next we are going to duplicate the pipes. So let's say the next pipe, I want it somewhere here. Okay, somewhere here. Okay, so you can see we have a new coordinate. Make sure we are already in pipe 2, since after I duplicate from pipe 1, we are switching it automatically to pipe 2. So let's say I place it somewhere here. So I have an initial position. Oh no, let's say if I want the other way around, I want the pipe to start from here. So I'm going to use my initial position as 107 positive, and the y coordinate is minus 214. Okay, so I want the initial from here, it goes up until to the maximum somewhere here. Hang on, okay, somewhere there. The maximum is minus 108. So minus 108. Since I don't want the x position to move, I'm just going to use the same x position as above, 107. Okay, we are done, so we are save it. And again, we are going to duplicate another pipe, but in this case, I want the pipe to be somewhere on top. So I'm going to rotate this pipe. So in order to rotate, I'm just going to use a minus 90, so it will flip itself. And let's say we place it somewhere here, and I want the pipe to start the initial position. Okay, somewhere there. So let's look at the coordinate. Let's make sure that we are at pipe 3. Okay, minus 17. We want the pipe to start at minus 17 for the x coordinate, and y is 153. And then from here I want the pipe to move down somewhere there. So the y will become 109 positive. X does not change, so I'm going to use the same thing, minus 17. So that's it, guys. We are almost done with the coding. So I'm going to save it up. Okay, next I'm going to test the game without switching on my webcam. So I just want to check how the pipe moves. So here we go to the Flappy Bird Python script, and then we are going to switch off temporarily the game, so that I can analyze what are the things that need to be changed before publishing the game. Okay, let's make it a full screen and try to run the game without switching on my webcam. So run all. I just want to check how the pipe moves. We have to wait for a second. Okay, so the movement of pipe looks good. Yeah, looks okay, good. I'm happy with the movement of the pipe, so I think I'm done with the coding. So let's test this game out using my palm, whether it works or not. So as I mentioned earlier, the game will use AI powered human body detection extension, so that when we will be moving the Flappy Bird based on our palm in order to reach the red line here. So I'm going to stop the game for a while, and minimize. Okay, lastly, don't forget to switch on your webcam back during the gameplay. So that's it, guys. We are done with the coding, so we just need to test the game out. Okay, we are going to test the game. As you can see, the Flappy Bird is following the fingers, and first I'm going to test whether when it touches the pipe it goes game over or not. Yes. And then next we are going to successfully touch the red line on the right hand side. Let's wait. So once it touches the red line, the game should be over. Yeah, we win.